If I had a nickel for every time Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Steven Yeun fought on a TV show based on a comic by Robert Kirkman, and the fight ended with one of their characters having their skulls caved in by the Ever, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
We're talking...
Where does this rank in the series?
I think it's probably my second favorite. I think season 1, I'm an origin guy. I love a good origin. I like watching Uncle Ben die over and over. I think I like this a little more than the last season.
Yeah. Well, last season was a chore because they split it in half, remember? Maybe it's because I'm recently bi. I like this one the most.
Yeah, I could switch over, be recently bi as well. I remember as I'm watching this, every episode, I'm like, man, this is a good, it's a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you laugh one moment, makes you cry the next.
Makes your heart beat in tense moments. Yeah. Do you want to talk about some cons and then get in some pros of this season?
Sure.
The most interesting part of this whole series is the Viltrumite storyline.
In space?
With anything with like Omni-Man or, the Viltrums coming in.
Seth Rogen's guy and Battle Beast.
That's the best part of the show. And this season didn't have a whole lot of that.
Yeah, I'd say my favorite episode, or at least for sure the top 2, is that one where the Omni-Man's about to get executed. And Battle Beast comes out. And the whole time, I'm like waiting for them to come back to that, but then they never come back. They show Battle Beast at the very end, the Martians getting him.
I have in my notes, Mark is even more annoying this season.
Oh, he's very annoying.
Very annoying. Get it together, man. Ticks me off because, like, at the beginning of the season, you see how strong he is. He's lifting 80 billion tons or whatever, but he loses fights to, like, the Mauler twins. And I hate to say it, as kind of annoying as Oliver was, I'm like, Oliver's right. Just kill him, you know? Like, just waste him. Why you keep bothering with this crap?
And like the whole thing with him fighting Cecil and like all this, where I'm just like, kind of more on Cecil's side here. Very emotionally unstable this season, I feel like.
I mean, I get Cecil's like a jerk and like he did, planted that sonar thing in his head, which smart move on your part.
Yeah.
What do you expect him to do? He's just trying to prepare the world,
Yeah.
Both of them are kind of in the wrong, but I tend to agree with Cecil more on a few things. Kind of like what you said earlier, there's a lot of side quests going on here. Debbie's whole thing with her buddy Paul or whatever.
Didn't care for that. Rex and his love, that was pretty boring.
Also, even Mark, I like that they're together. Do you really need to like create a business and like make, I don't care about that. I was a little disappointed with what they called Invincible War.
Yeah.
I was like, this is cool. This could be a couple episodes. Turns out it was half an episode.
Episode.
That whole Angstrom Levy, he's cool. I like his villainous, and Sterling K. Brown's great in there. If you're going to dedicate that much time to this, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just used to like a whole series or like a season-long villain, but some of them are just like pop in here, leave, pop in here,
well, I mean,
leave.
It's very like comic cartoon-esque, where you go back to like the Batman shows. It's like, oh, here's Joker, then half a season goes by, oh, he's back again. You got the Mauler twins, like every 5 episodes they pull up. The little alien things that I forgot about, they show up at the end of the season.
Oh, yeah, the little
Martian
brain aliens,
things.
yeah.
They build up this whole storyline where you got Aaron Paul, and he's the Electro
Powerplex
guy. And his villain origin is like when Invincible and Omni-Man were fighting, basically blew up a bunch of buildings, killed thousands of people, and that killed his sister and niece. His whole thing is like, I'm gonna kill this man. He needs to pay for what he's done. No one cares. And he gets the powers and he fights them. And then it shows like Invincible, and he's like, I never really thought about like I kind of put it in the back of my mind because I'm more worried about saving people. But like, I was kind of reckless here. I killed thousands of people fighting in the city. And then it's just like 5 minutes later, Conquest shows up, and what does he do? He drives them straight through like 8 skyscrapers, kills thousands of people. And I'm like, didn't we have
Did you learn nothing?
I just cleaned up this mess. Can we keep it clean for 10 minutes?
He just kind of throws caution to the wind.
More like throws Conquest to the wind.
Ooh, that was good, Steve. I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you. Why would Cecil keep Conquest alive?
Have that one scientist dude run some studies, try to make his little robots stronger.
He could, yeah. Or it's just a dumb move.
I mean, it probably is going to be a dumb move. I think they're trying to convey that he's going to try and get information out of him, I think is what they say. So
he's going to bust out of there. Oh,
of course he is.
Got a lot of pros, I assume, Chris.
I got pros.
Shoot.
Every season, you got a great cast.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like fun because I'm like, oh, new character. It's going to be someone I recognize. I'm like, oh, that's Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Oh,
Yeah.
that's Jesse Pinkman, I hear.
Yes.
I really like Battle Beast.
I love Battle Beast.
He's in it for like one episode, I think, in the first or second season, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he kills anyone, but he wrecks the whole people. Like,
Yeah, he just tears through everyone like tissue.
could have killed Mark. And I think that episode Omni-Man even sees, and he's like, nope. And like, just
Nope.
lets him. and his whole thing is like, I want a good fight here. I just want to find the best. So he's just like, these people aren't worth it. So then he shows up this season, and he's in the like prison thing. And Alan, he breaks him out
Alan
to
the
help
alien,
out.
yeah.
He's like, oh, we got a worthy competitor here. And he fights the Viltrumite, kills the guy. And I'm like, this guy is awesome.
Oh, yeah. He's great.
It does a good job of just like hooking you.
Yeah, it did have a lot of like one-off episodes to keep you interested. And I really like that Powerplex one with Aaron Paul. However, small note, he's a great actor. I don't know if he's right for voice acting, if I can be frank. Because
You just imagining Pinkman the whole time? Because I was.
99% of the time, it was honestly like,
You can't keep getting away with it.
Yeah.
but it was a great story. Like you find out, from his perspective, not everything's black and white when it comes to saving heroes, and that he was actually pretty justified in hating Mark for what he did. And it's like nice to see that the little guy has a chance because he took on an Invincible. He was one of the only ones to kill an Invincible in the Invincible War. Great character. I can't wait to see where he goes. And then like another side story you just mentioned, the two villains, they rob a bank. No words need to be spoken. It's all visual. Great storytelling. Paints the picture so fully that things are not as stark contrast as it seems, because these guys, they didn't ask for powers. They're just a couple, down on their luck who are in love, and they just need to get by. And they just gotta, resort to bad things with the hand that they're dealt with. And then you got stupid Mark coming in.
Yeah, no, ruining everything.
Ruining everything. Makes me hate him even more. Gosh
I
dang
hate
it.
the guy. I just find myself rooting for the villain a lot. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of different perspectives where it's not like a clear, like, whoa, we're rooting for the superhero to do this. I'm like, actually, I kind of want Aaron Paul to do some damage here.
Most of the time, I'm rooting for Mark to get hurt. So I really like Cecil's backstory episode.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. We kind of learned why he is the way he is and how he got that scar on his face. And he just like got his whole body melted off or burned off. And
he's like, I got to keep this to remember.
Yeah. He doesn't take half measures because of that. So it's good to see. I like little one-off side quests like that when it has a purpose.
Same.
But yeah, the Debbie one was the only one that I was like, all right, could kind of fast forward through this.
Yeah. I like how the intro, they don't have the intro.
That's a fun way to do it.
I think it's a fun thing to do. And
because you forget about it too.
Yeah.
And then you're like, there it is.
That's good.
The last episode, fantastic. Great fight. Mark and Conquest. Goodness. That's a lot of blood.
Oh.
A very bloody fight.
It was a bloody fight. And he killed a lot of people. This one, they kill like a lot of kids. Did they do that in the other ones? Because I remember people dying, obviously. But this one, it's just like, we're
a lot more
toddler gets burned to death. He goes through here. This kid's arm just got ripped off. I'm like, this seems like a lot here.
It's a good thing this is animation and it's not great animation. Otherwise, I wouldn't watch it. Otherwise, I'd be like, this is too much.
I know.
So it's good that it's not like as visceral as it could be.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know if many people
I don't know if
it.
I could
it's
watch
very,
it.
very gory.
Yeah.
I wonder how long like a typical grandma would be able to watch this show for.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching these highlights of our episode of the Stale Popcorn Podcast. If you want to listen to the full episode, check out the links in the description. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you do that with your favorite YouTuber, I'm sure they would appreciate it too. Thanks, and have a great day.